Hi, I'm asset protection attorney Ike Devji. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the concept of parental liability. And this is a hot issue right now in Arizona because of all of the coverage of the actions of the so-called Gilbert Goons, a group of teenagers and young adults from the East Valley who've allegedly engaged in a wide variety of crimes, ranging from property crimes to potentially even a murder. Now, every year, just before spring break, I put out a warning about the 100 deadliest days of the year, where we see the greatest number of accidents and fatalities. And a big part of that message talks about the liability that parents have for the actions of their children when using their cars and homes and being on spring break and on vacation and doing different things. But that liability extends way beyond car accidents. And in Arizona, we do have statutes that specifically say that parents are liable for the willful misconduct of their children, jointly and severally liable if you have custody. Now, this has a number of different ramifications, and we've already seen some of the adverse results with the Gilbert Goons cases. We've had at least one person that, according to a news report I saw, has lost their business and their franchise has been pulled from them because of the negative association with this criminality. We've seen a couple of other people who've either been laid off or suspended from their employment, and at least two different Valley attorneys that I'm aware of through news reports are filing multiple lawsuits against the parents of these kids for the things that they have done. Now, there's some basic concepts in asset protection, and one of the things that I always talk about is clean living or compliance, or bluntly, not doing stupid things that get us sued or allowing others for whom we bear legal responsibility to do those things. And that could be a business partner, it could be a spouse, it could be an employee, and it can certainly include your children. So what do you do about this as a parent? I mean, obviously, there are things that lawyers cannot do or teach or provide to you as a client, like good leadership, parenting, management, being involved in your kids' lives. Those kinds of things are the things that rest solely on you. On the legal side, there are some things you can do to protect yourselves. And look, I understand you can't be everywhere all the time and watch everything that your children do. So here are some basic steps that you should consider. Number one, set clear usage and rules and boundaries about the use of your property. As I said, this goes way beyond car accidents. We have seen parents come into harm's way and be held liable for things like bullying, cyberbullying, assaults, sexual assaults, street racing, shoplifting, vandalism, theft. All of those things will end up on your doorstep whether you like it or not, including the very significant legal bills that are often required to keep your child out of jail. The next thing that you should do is be heavily insured. That means have high limit insurance policies on your homes and your vehicles, have big umbrella policies that are the first line of defense if there is a mistake or an accident. And remember that in some cases, willful misconduct can be excluded by your insurance carrier, and that may be your problem anyway. Finally, have legal tools in place that make your assets legally distinct from your personal and professional liability. And that can include things like the way you hold your home, the way you hold your businesses, the way you hold your investments and investment real estate, and how you receive your income streams should all be designed in a way to segregate them from as much liability as possible, whether it's this issue or any other. We're going to continue to examine this. We're going to follow the case. You're going to see my warning soon about the 100 deadliest days again. I put it out every year because we see it happen over and over every year. Again, I hope this is a helpful start. Just give you some things to think about. And we'll look at this through my particular lens, which is asset protection and liability. We have other experts that we may turn to talk about things like the criminal liability coming up soon as well. Thanks.